So my mic should be on. This is a updated tour of my Minecraft world. It's been about maybe a year and a couple months since I've done a world tour. Alright, so this is my world. This is the 0 right here. As you can see, it's the middle of some plains. Actually, some hills would be more accurate. That's kind of a plain, but really, really small one. Anyways, there's this little, I don't know, shrine. I built that who knows how long ago. I don't remember what I was going for here, honestly. It kind of looks weird. But, as you can see, there's this path. This was here last time. And you can already see the top of my monster farm. This path, originally this world was intended to be converted into a multiplayer world, and I was going to play on it with my friends, but I never got to that. But before that, I built this road so they could get to the village faster and easier, because this road was built before that mob farm, like much before. I'm pretty sure this was here before I even built my original house. You can see the skyline's kind of messed up, but right here, I had a bit of a path going up here originally, but I decided to stop it and just cut through this mountain here, because it would make it much quicker than having to climb the plains. Alright, here we enter the town. The town's called Allensville. It's just got this little archway here. Pretty nice. I kind of like it. As you can see, there's a bit of a forest here. There's some trees over here, and then here, for my keep up there, which I'll get to later, I needed a lot of spruce, and I don't live near a taiga, so I had to just place a bunch here. I have another one of these situations somewhere else in the base I'll get to. I just built these like 10 minutes ago, because I got sick of having torches everywhere, all over my compound, or town, and so I decided to design these and build them. And I've built like 5 of them so far. I need to build like 20 though. This path is work in progress. Eventually, I'm gonna. I have this wall design right here. It's 2.5 high at most intervals. So you can kind of jump over it with a horse. It's just meant to look good and keep out mobs, basically. I'm kind of proud of. I'm proud of it, kind of, but I still need to work on supporting it. As you can see right here, there's kind of a gap, and then up here, I think, is where there's a section where there was like a cave in the way, and I kind of just had to block it up and build it on like a shaft of dirt. Anyways. Head back to the compound. Eventually I'm going to cut a gate through this. I still need to design a gate for these walls. But I'm going to cut a gate through this and then make like a lumber yard over here. Because as you can see, I used to use this as shopping ground. I still have some stuff in this chest. There's also a lot of flowers here. So maybe I should start like a... I don't know. Bouquet? Whatever the word for the person who decorates stuff with flowers. This needs to be lit up more. Let me grab this one. As you can see, this place was very littered with torches beforehand, and these entire hills just need to be lit up, I think, eventually. But I haven't had any problems with mobs there yet, because I don't usually come here. This is kind of a deserted area. I still need to repopulate it. I just cut down like the last of the houses over here. This used to be a hill, but I moved my farms over a little bit for reasons I'll stand upon. Do I have phantom spawns? No. Anyways, there's this fountain here. This is part of the original village, and I just kind of built it up a little bit more. I think the only thing I really did was most of this was moss, so I made it not only moss, and then I think this might have been down one. And we can see that I was trying to breed super horses here. So I have a couple of good ones in here. I have my current one, because I used to have a really good tanky but fast horse, but he died by a creeper when I was looking for a woodland mansion. Unfortunately, I still need to find his grave. I put a cross where he died, and I completely forgot to put a coordinate on it, so I still need to find that. As you can see, I have some rejects here that I'm eventually going to do something with. Either release them or use them in a display of some kind. Maybe make a ranch or something. This one is just a tutorial build. Yeah. Wait, what the hell? Oh yeah, this is a fox I found and I brought home. And he was just chilling in my house for a while. But my house got torn down, replaced with that beautiful thing that is also a tutorial. This used to be a church, but then I converted it into a smith's house, no, a smelter house. So I got 10 normal furnaces on this side. Then I got 5 smokers and 5 blast furnaces. I do not really use these. And I also have these kind of, I guess, pipes, pulling smoke out of these, or at least it looks like it. And then you can see I have the big chimney that looks horrible and needs to be replaced like as soon as I can, because this whole building's kind of ugly. And then I got a barrel here full of rails because I have an iron farm up there that I needed to take villagers from. Then I have some of these logs on the side for decoration. You can see I still have some of the original lights from the village over here that I probably should chop down to reuse, because the design's kind of similar on these posts. I mean, you can see the base of mine are the heads of these, and I use 3 fences as well. The only real difference is that I use 4 trap doors and a campfire at the top, and I put that head at the bottom. Alright, moving on, I have the farms here. Just got a bunch of cows all over the place. Yeah, it's a basic cow farm. It's kind of ugly. It used to be even more ugly. They used to all be in that area right there. And moving up here, I've got the start of the wall. And you can see I have a very big plains area here. Because I'm on a peninsula. All of this is just completely unexplored. None of it's been explored, pretty much. I passed through it, and that's it. See, it kind of cuts down here. Eventually I'm going to extend this into the water a little bit so mobs and invaders can't go around. Then, shoot. These I just discovered yesterday, or today actually. And then right around here is the location of my old mines. I haven't used this in like an actual year. That creeper's going to be a problem. Especially if I do that like an idiot. Yeah, I just kind of built a little stream of water. I should probably plug this up at some point because I haven't used that mine in a while, and I have a different mine somewhere else. This one's completely by my seriously. This one is completely by my design, and you can tell that it's completely by my design because it is extremely ugly and does not make sense. But this is my villager trading hall. Let me just hitch my horse on the... What am I doing? Hitch my horse on the flag post. Which I also have this. It's an American flag because that totally makes sense historically that I have a Norman keep and then an American flag. I mean, that historically just makes sense, guys. Come on. Alright, so on the first level here, I have my Fletchers. These guys were big when I had my bamboo farms right over there. But I have moved them over there, and I don't use them, like, at all anymore. But they were how I made most of my fortune. Then I have my farmers. These guys are how I make my current fortune. Then I have every single cat that used to be in my house. Every single one. Actually, there's like 3 upstairs. They're to prevent phantoms all. And then I have 2 dogs over here. I think I named this one Boris like 2 years ago. I don't know. This one isn't named. They were all from before the Wolf update, where they added the variants too. So I'm not sure if they changed the voices of them. Anyways, I have this, like, I guess New York City? I don't know. I have this, like, fire escape on the side, which is how you get to the other floors. Which kind of defeats the purpose of a fire escape, I guess. You can see I usually have an iron golem spawned on each level. I didn't do that. It's just how it happened. Then I have my smiths, I guess, blacksmiths, toolsmiths, whatever. And then I have the Holy Lord Shithead. He's the master of smithing. He got maxed out like maybe 5 months into this world, and this is like a 4-year-old world. Or not a 4-year-old. This is like a 3-year-old world. So he got maxed out like immediately, and I did that by just taking emeralds from the fletching, and then I just traded shovels. And at some point, I had a giant chest room, and there was an entire double chest. Actually, there's 2 double chests at one point, but I stopped. That was just filled with his shovels. So eventually I named him Shithead to make him different, because he's just chill like that. I don't think I've sold something to him in like 2 years, though. As you can see, I have these like pens almost, these little areas. They are very basic. They have a bed and then their thing. It's more humane than some of the designs I've seen where it's like 1 block, but it's still inhumane, and I really should change it. So they at least have like a chamber pot that flows out of the building. You can see there's like a little area to get in case you need to pick up the EXP, because I need to put stairs in there so that you can get the XP through. Right. Go up a level. I'm eventually going to put signs to say what trades are in here. Then I have my shepherds. And then I have my butchers. I don't think I've ever traded with a butcher in this game, because I just never get the rare meats that they ask for. And then I have leather workers. I don't trade with them often either. Then I have my masons. My masons I trade with a lot, as you can see by the 2 diamonds and an emerald, because the lake here used to have a very large set of deposits of clay. So I would just mine all those out and sell them to the guys, and I would make just as big of a buck in the early game as I had with my fletchers. Like, it was my main ways of making money for things was farming bamboo like I have on that island now. Actually, my bamboo used to be right about there, I want to say. But it eventually became an eyesore, so I moved it onto that island, and I haven't used them that much because they don't really grow when you're over here. Anyways. And then I would mine clay, and I would give it to them and make a lot of money. This level's kind of spammy. If you noticed, the last couple floors had 3 of each profession in 6 pens. But here I just have a cartographer, a cleric, and then the rest are librarians. Right? Yeah. And then at the top I have not a roof, but I'm eventually probably gonna either extend this or extend the wall out to the rest of the island, or at least like this kind of, because eventually I want to build like a further town up here, and then just have this be like a keep, not like a keep, like a castle area, like a giant castle. So I'm either gonna build this up further, support it somehow with like, I don't know, Eiffel Tower kind of feet, or I'm gonna just completely tear it down and move all of my villagers into like bigger house-sized pens over there. I haven't worked on this in 2 years as well, so you can kind of tell that I never did this, and I do not plan to complete this. It's alright of a build, I think, but it's definitely not good. Because like you can see the windows, I had to kind of do that, so that it wouldn't cut up through the wood and you can see the wood. And then all the windows on this side are kind of ugly as well. Anyways, moving on, I'm just going to keep my horse hitched here for a minute. These are this is a little pond that I grow all my crops around. I have potatoes, beetroot, which I never do anything with. I just like having them. They're neat. Then I have a bunch of wheat that I should probably have more of. I need to kill that squid for books. Hold on. Anyways, and then I have sugar cane. It goes like across the entire. It goes all the way over there. Then I have some carrots as well. If I go over across here, you can actually probably see better. This is a bridge that I built like probably the 3rd month in. You can see it goes all the way over there. It goes really far. Anyways. Oh, and this is where, after I stopped mining that forest a lot, I eventually took this island, which was kind of a no-go zone, and I turned it into a more organized tree farm. Which, as you can see, I don't use as often because I have a lot of wood in the stockpiles. But eventually I'm going to take all these trees, I'm going to come down, and I'm going to place little borders made of logs so that you can see them easy. And I just have this full dirt because I had to level like a giant hill. There used to be a giant hill and then a small forest and then a whole lot of mobs on that island, and I cleared it out in like the 3rd month, or in like the 5th month. Over here, you can see that this area. So originally I was gonna do like a Luke the Noble type compound where it's like all artificial, everything's like smooth. You can see that here a lot in like near this compound keep and the monster farm. You can see that a lot where I tried to smooth it all out like this. This used to be a lot higher here and then a lot shorter here, like it was a cliff right here. So I basically just I hollowed out this area and then cut it down, and then I made a giant hollow cave right here, and I forgot to put torches in. It's a couple months later when I logged back on, I had like 80 mobs in here, and it completely jammed my monster farm. Anyways, over here, you can see this is where I stopped last when I was doing this stupid smooth crap. You can see it there too. And then right here, I have my stone mine, my quarry. I think the proper word for it is, yeah, quarry. Essentially what I do here is I just mine out diorite and granite, and what's the other word? Andesite for builds. You can see there's a lot of diorite here. I actually quite liked using diorite in builds when I was starting this world, but I don't use as much now because I kind of realized it's not that good of a building block for anything other than kitchens. You know, with like the white and black tiles. Originally this was going to be a normal strip mine, and then I found a lot of these rocks and they got in the way, and I decided that I would just turn it to quarry. Eventually I'm going to mine through there and actually make it a strip mine, but I'm probably not going to do that for a while. That's coming up. This is my my mob farm. You can see it's just kind of I used a tutorial to make the first couple levels, and then I made like that level right there in the middle with this cobblestone completely. That was by a tutorial, and so was this chute, except for this part at the bottom. This part at the bottom I actually made myself. It's waterlogged, so if a creeper explodes, it doesn't get destroyed, and I don't have to worry about 1,000 zombies beating me with a stick. Anyways, I have a water elevator right here that leads to the top of the main thing. This is actually really oh wait, it's active. This is a really good way to see most of my base from a closer perspective. You can see all the places we've been to already. And then there's also a version of the distance I'm going to go show in a minute. And then you can also see the extent of the walls. Good from here. This, I need to go over this in a minute. I'll go over it in a second. Then I have another water elevator. This was part of the design, except originally it was just a ladder. But I decided that would be just extremely painful for me, so I turned it into a water elevator. And then this is just kind of a house where you AFK. I made several levels because I didn't know how it worked. Also, oh my god, they completely changed the clouds. That's so ugly. Oh my god, that's so ugly. Dude, what the hell? Oh my god, why'd they change the clouds? That is so fucking ugly, dude. Jeez. Look at this. That is so ugly, dude. Oh my god. Clouds do not look like that. I mean, other than them being square. Or not being square. But, like, why'd they change it? I like the 3D clouds. Is it for, like, the longer things? Because it's not a good trade-off, in my opinion. Any high build is going to look trash now because the clouds are flat. It's not clouds now, it's just really high fog. Anyways, you can see my base even from an even higher perspective here. You can kind of see the mess that it is from here. There's the iron farm. I need to go over that in a minute. You can see how I've done the wall. So I started right there, and then I kind of just wormed about here. Just tried to get a good kind of wall. That cave I need to plug up. I need to do something with it at least. And then you can see I continued it along here. That was the second church. This town was apparently very religious before I took over. I was tearing that down partially to make room for the thing. But I think I'm actually going to just rotate it a bit and then make it like a decorational church. Also, originally this smithing area was, I just had it as a church, but it was an armory. I just had like 20 sets of iron armor in there for some reason. I don't know why I did that. That was like something I did in the first year. But eventually I chopped the entire top part off and then converted it into a smelting house. I do not actually see, wait, it was there. No, wait. Okay, I'm not actually seeing where I did the thing where I, actually, wait, no. I don't know what I'm doing. Or, what I'm talking about. Then I kind of went here, then I stopped, and then I started again here. There's a bunch of caves there that worm around. So I kind of started off a platform made to block off the caves. Then I just kind of wormed up and down the coast. Edited the coast a little bit to make it easier for the walls, and then I capped it off on this little peninsula, on a peninsula part. Oh shit. Bruh. Okay, so I'm inside the keep now. Well, I can get back to where I was really quickly from here. Ow. Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. But the keep is right there, and my bed is in the keep, so I can just get back by going through the bathroom, which is quite handy. Okay, so you can see all the walls. Basically, I think that's what I was going to talk about. You can see the forest there. You can see the fountain, all the horses, all that. You can see where when I talked about the spruce mini forest over there earlier, I said there was another one. That would be that right there. That one's actually smaller than I thought it was. And you can see my tree farm, which is also smaller than I thought it was. Jesus. And you can also see the spam, the absolute torch spam that I've done across this place. I mean, look at it. You can see it way more prevalent. I need to stop and I need to clear my throat. Anyways. Yeah, I just kind of spam torches around the entire base. You can see it very clearly around here. There's also another village back there that originally I was going to make a second base, like in the first year. But then I never did anything, and then they all got killed out except for 2 that were hiding on the cliff right there. And I took them, and then I turned them into personal traders in my base. You can also see the trail leading over to spawn, which is there. You can barely see it from here. It's like one chunk off of the render distance. Speaking of this, I wish they would make the render distance 96 like they have on Bedrock, because this is just kind of pathetic. I mean, I'm in a very good world generation area. Like, I have plains all over here, then there's a swamp, like, right there. You can kind of see it barely over there. Then I have a giant set of jungles over here, a giant forest here, a giant forest there, a giant savanna there. Everything, there's, like, so much good generation in this world. There's mountains over there. like literally like 2 feet away from my render distance, are giant peaks that go up like that high. Is it there or there? I don't know. Somewhere around my around my render distance is just a giant set of peaks, and they would look so cool if my render distance was just a little bit higher. Or if you know what, those mods that make the render distance like 300 chunks by using a level of detail. I need to get that mod because that would look so cool. It would look like Skyrim, but blocky. You can also see my nether portal over there, which I kind of never did anything with. I was originally going to build like a boathouse and everything and make it look cool. I never did that. And it's just kind of ruined portal. I didn't even complete the frame. There's a corner missing. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get down. When I made this in the first... no, not the first. In the second year, I want to say the second year. It's like 2023. I made this, and I was very proud of it for some reason. It's very basic now that I'm realizing, but it's kind of fun. This area I need to flesh out more. Kind of have the same thing, except it's broken because I don't use it right. Anyways, I'm going to ignore that stuff. If I go up here, you can see all this stuff that was kind of weird looking. You saw this earlier in the when I'm heading into town. You're probably like, what the hell is that thing? I don't even remember what I was trying to go for. Or remember exactly. You can see my villager torture farm. I'm pretty sure one of the villagers that was hiding on a cliff, scared, peeing himself from zombies, is in here. I think it might be that one right there in the corner. But anyways, this is just an iron farm, and I think it's broken now because of Mojang's stupid updates, Microsoft's stupid updates. I think they're spawning in the caves somewhere, but a few weeks ago they were all spawning on the hill, like this stupid son of a gun. Anyways, it used to be really good. I think it might be okay. It's kind of working, but this entire chest would be full by how much I've been playing since I last checked it before they patched this. So I need to update that. Alright, this I built in the first couple weeks of the world being up. I do not know why. When I got stone, I immediately built this place. You can see one of my original Fletchers is in here too. I don't know how I got him in here. But yeah, I think this might be the original villager that I trained. I'm not sure exactly what I was going for here. My theory on what I was doing is either A, it's a giant gun that was pointed at the coast. So if like I could say if it had lore, because I think I originally tried to make lore and I just deleted the books that I had because they were stupid, even for me back then. It's either a giant cannon pointing at the coast, so if villagers come down in Viking ships, I can just shoot them down, or it's a giant telescope, and that it's a warning sign for villagers coming down the coast, which you can already pretty much see because it's kind of open. Or it's like a astral observatory, and if it was, I should have put it up here and put like a cartographer or something in here to match it. I need to tear this down and get this Fletcher somewhere in my Hall of Fame. Anyways, yeah. Here you can see something I was trying to do here. I'm trying to tear down this hill right here, so make room for something. I don't know what, but I need to get rid of that hill so my base looks cooler, and I can have a channel coming in from here for trade purposes. Anyways, that's pretty much all this place has to offer on the outside, except for a couple things I'm gonna go on about later. Anyways, this is the keep. This is completely from a tutorial. Because I suck at building and I'll never be able to make this. I don't remember who it was, I'll put it in the description. I'll try to do the same for the horse pen. As you can see, I kind of paneled this off just like he did in the video, except I forgot that corner. In the design video, he actually put dispensers with arrows up here, but I haven't done that. Great, okay, I need to put more torches in here, apparently. There's Enderman! Okay. As you can see, a great hall. A very nice great hall. This is kind of... Actually, no. This is just exactly how he designed it. Except I updated the chairs a little bit, I think. Maybe I didn't even design the chairs. No, I designed these chairs better. This one originally had the side panels on it as a large chair, but I didn't do that. Then you have these flaming hearths as the guy describes it in the videos. I think his name's Jordy's. I don't want to check because it will delete the Xbox recording. But I think his name's Jordy's 2B, maybe. I'm gonna have to check that. I think that might be a gaming channel. I'm in his Discord though. I joined his Discord because I liked his builds and I wanted to see if I can use them as inspiration for further builds in this world. Or just copy them again. This Discord actually has a lot of good builders. Maybe I should link that too. Anyways, you can see that this has 4 corner towers. In his video, he made these into little cooking kitchens, but I haven't done that because I kind of just built this. I have an axe in my hand. I kind of just built this place and then didn't decorate it at all, except for like the most basic crap imaginable. You can see there's these 2 galleries on the sides, which I thought just looked fun, and also you can see outside through these arrow slits that I'm definitely not going to be shooting arrows through because that would be stupid in a raid. There's one on the other side too. This staircase is just completely separate from the other one. It only goes from here to here. And you also see this area is kind of raised up for the Lord's chair. There's another one on this side, and these are gates, so you can just kind of hop down if you need to go somewhere quick. Go up another. These weren't part of the design. I just did that because it was looking kind of bad, or it was not looking lit up. These are barracks for soldiers. This one's pretty much just as he designed it, except a little more bare bones, as per always. He had storage and sides. I am going to do that eventually, because of the lore I am currently building. This area I don't use much. I'm eventually going to decorate as well. I need to decorate the entire keep pretty much still, including putting windows there, or window shutters there. These are called matriculations, I think he called it, or murder holes. Except he called that incorrect in the video. I don't know if it's matriculations or murder holes that are incorrect. I think he talked about it in his Roman gatehouse video, which I'm also planning on taking inspirations from. But yeah, you can shoot people from these, apparently. And they did that in old castles. This is a keep. This is the center of a castle for the Lord and his guests. What the hell was that? Please don't tell me they're spawning in my base. Come on. Hold on, I need to check this. That was the Lord's area. That was my area. What the hell? Please tell me that was from the monster farm. You're kind of getting an early view of this, as you can see. You're getting a very early view of this. I'm trying to make sure that they aren't spawning on the roof because it isn't lit up at all. Okay, I think that was in the mob spawner somehow. Oh yeah, because I have that hole in that I've never patched it the whole time I've been here. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Okay, I'm good. I don't know what that was. I don't know how he burned. Maybe he shot something. I don't know. Whatever, I don't care. Anyways, back to it. This is the Lord's and his family's room. Me, I guess. It's completely undecorated. All I did was put a bed that I didn't even finish. I was originally gonna have it like hanging up the wall, and I didn't even do that. Yeah, it's not furnished at all. The only furnished thing is a bathroom. I didn't even finish the barracks. I just realized that I didn't even finish the barracks. This world review kind of sucks, let me be honest. You have the beds, you have the toilet room, as you can see. Very nice chamber pot that will never be emptied, because it will never be used. And then you have a little sink that has no water in it and never will have water in it. Then you have smaller campfires on either side of the room. storage, I guess, for arrows to connect to this part in the front. Corner rooms, more corner rooms, table for planning. Eventually, probably gonna put maps on there because I have a bunch of maps that I never use because I made duplicates. Anyways, yeah, big campfire. Also, I have these for vents. Those were also part of the original design. I kind of just took this guy's design and just copied it. But anyways, this is something I very much liked about the design. Also, there's a chandelier in there that I forgot to talk about. But this, I honestly, if I had been the designer of this, I would have just put cobble here. You know, I would have a big platform. But his idea to do this is so cool because one, it makes it have an actual roof, or kind of an actual roof. Two, it looks cool. And three, if in real life, like the guy said in the video, if you have invaders come in and the soldiers, there's a lightning rod up there, by the way. If you see invaders coming from here, you can hop down the ladder and then go to here to yell at the Lord, saying, "Hey, we got invaders coming!" And I thought that was a very cool idea by the guy. I don't know if it's accurate to Norman stuff. I think he said he wasn't, but I think it was a very cool idea by him. I think he's kind of smart for that. Anyways, all these towers are pretty much the same. It's just that one has a trap door down to the spiral stairs. But it's just like this. You can shoot people. You can see people. You kind of have to stand up here to see properly, but they're nice. I like them. Anyways, now the basement. This would have been my coup de grace, or however you say it. Like, this would have been my big finish back in the day, and it kind of still is, but it's way less impressive now because this keep's really cool. All right, here. So originally, in the older version of this world, right before I built this keep like 2 weeks ago, my house was on this hill. I had just a small villager house that I slightly extended to add 2 more rooms on the side. It's in the back, and it was really small and it was really nice. And I had a little ladder inside, like, oh right, I don't know, here, right here about. And I'll go down it, and I had a little basement area, which I'll show you now, because I have a little bun here, where I noticed it. It's supposed to be furnished, by the way. This is not furnished at all. Eventually, where is it actually? Eventually, I'm going to cut through this wall, because there's empty space here. I'm going to make a wine cellar. Anyways, boom. I need to add hay or something here so I don't break my legs every time. But this is the original room. This is just placeholder. I need to fix that. You can hear Villagers Hall of Fame's right on this wall. So originally, there was a ladder in this corner of the room. So actually, it was right here. Let's move it over one. And I would head down, and I had this basement right here. It was slightly extended with halls on these sides, but it was right here. And I extended first to here, which is the enchanting room. I haven't used this in a while. And I also have corners I need to fill in. And it's also off-center, because this was a very, very early. This was like the second year. Or actually, no, I made this basement in the first year, and I extended it throughout the second, third, and fourth years. Or no, the second and third years. This year's the fourth year. I don't know. Anyways, I have a bunch of enchantment books here. I have a bunch of enchantment books here. I have more American banners here. Beds, music discs. This was just what was in my chests in my house before I moved. This is from exploration. Anyways, as you head out here, you'll see that. We'll get to that in a second. Actually, at the end of this. Or, actually, no. I have my Villager Hall of Fame. I have a librarian with mending and density. And then I have my cleric with... What was that actually? I don't know. I have a cleric. I don't know why I actually have him in here anymore. And then, this is where I'm going to put my Fletcher when I tear down that tower. And then eventually I'll extend it around this main room. Alright, here is my study. So I've actually been writing books to make up mid-lore at best. can see, this used to be a library, but then I made a new one down further. So you can see this very basic campfire, or this very basic fire that I made. So you cannot have cats or dogs in here because they will walk in this fire and they will die. I also have this custom chair that I made. I really like because it has mannequins and you sit on it. It looks like a seat, so it looks cooler than the other chairs upstairs. I made this. I kind of edited this myself from a tutorial. I'm very proud of it. I have this spam chest. I've lost spam chests down here. But you head down this main little thing. I'm eventually going to do something here. I don't know what. This world is very messy and very random, as you can see. Coordinates for places I've been that I still need to go back to. Then I have 2 more spam chests here. And I have signs actually detailing what's in the halls. This is fuel and storage. So on my left, I have my fuel generators. I just have a bunch of dripstone lava generators. There's lava running all through here and ceilings. I might actually put glass through eventually, so you can see it, and it looks cool. But anyways, I just have a bunch of these, and I'll take some buckets down from, go all the way up to the smelting room up there. Here's my storage. I have 5 armor types. I have leather. I have chain, I have gold, I have iron, which is what I use usually, except mine's kind of broken, and then I have diamond, and then I have armor trims in this chest, and then this is my stuff that I'm building. So I'm eventually going to make full netherite gear and armor and all that. So I have mending on all this, especially I'm going to build a silverfish armadillo farm, because I heard those are good. Protection, respiration, aqua, affinity. Then I have netherite templates for all these pretty much. I'm just putting mending and blast protection. Leggings, I'm putting mending, protection 4. Boots, I'm putting mending, feather falling, soul speed, and protection 4, and then eventually shift, sneak 3 when I get it. On my sword, I'm going to put mending, sharpness 5, knockback, fire expect, fortune, and sweeping edge. If I need to actually test these in creative to see if these actually even work, then for my shovel I have mending and efficiency. No silk touch. I'm going to make a completely separate shovel with silk touch eventually. And then I have my crossbow with mending, and I'm eventually going to put as many as I can on here. I don't even know why why do I have a smithing template for that? That makes no sense. This one's just kind of yeah. And then here I have toolkits, is what I'm going to call it. They were spam chests when I was completely resorting this like a year ago. But now I never moved them, and now they're just spam for whenever I'm in the middle of a project I need to dump my inventory to start on something else. You can see it's all kind of sorted randomly. I kind of want to make this copper golem friendly at some point. And then I have my workstations in here as well. I'm just going to build separate little pods. Actually, that should be what I do with this. Build pods with like separate cool looking rooms for all the workstations in there. Yeah, I have a brewing stand, stone cutter, this is like the most used thing ever, composter for some reason, crafting table, and then a furnace if I need to smelt something really, really fast. And then I tried to line it with glowstone, but I kind of didn't do it well, because I ran out. Here, this is just a grassy section. No patch of natural cave grass. It should be dead for years, because there was no light in here for a while. I know. Anyways, let me get some of my drink real quick, hold on. I really needed that drink, okay. Here, I tunneled all the way out there to see if I was safe, and if I had to build around water caves. Which, that said I was safe for like a few hundred blocks. Except the water caves, I missed them by like 3 blocks. So I had to do something for my map room. Hell yeah. I need to put something for my library, because there's a lot. That's the new library right there. This is my coup de grace. This is my favorite project that I've ever done, because I think it looks so cool. Except for the keep, but the keep wasn't my design, so it doesn't count. I originally built this on about a 12 by 12 grid. So like, I guess I doubled it so it's like that to that. So it was very small, and I couldn't do it. And I was actually at a smaller map scale. I was at 1:1 scale, so I basically couldn't get past the mountains. But anyways, I love this room with all my heart. I'm gonna eventually fill like out this entire area with maps, and it's gonna look so damn cool. These are at, I think, was it 1/4? Yeah, 1/4 scale. And I have done a lot because I love exploring this stuff and mapping it out. Because I love looking at these maps. They look so cool to me. Anyways, yeah, I build these pillars on the sides. Eventually I'm going to extend it out even further if I really need to. If, like, this becomes, like, a 10 or 15-year world. Alright, as you can see, I was originally going to build it. Okay. I cannot speak. I need to... Give me a minute. Sorry, I don't talk this much usually. Yeah, originally I was gonna build. Why am I so speech impediment? I don't know if that's even a word. You can see there was kind of caves here. There's also caves over there. But originally, when I was actually doing the original design, I actually was gonna build viewing platforms, but they got in the way and they didn't work very well. So I decided that I'm eventually gonna do that at some point. When like I get the map completed, I'm just gonna build like a giant glass platform over all of this. But not yet. Not for a while. Because this is nowhere near complete. Look at all the space that's empty. Anyways, that banner by the flagpole, that was actually a named flag. If you do not know, you can take banners, name them in an anvil, and then if you click on them, right click on them with a map, where that shows where the banner, that's in the area that. Bro, I can't speak. If you do the map in an area, nobody's gonna even watch this video, man. Anyways, yeah, if you right-click a banner, or a banner with a map that shows the area that maps the area that the banner's in, it'll actually mark the banner on your map and give it the name, as you can see right there. Okay, let me see. Seriously, okay. You can see it says Commonwealth of Allensville. I wish the text was larger. And you can kind of see my base there. With like... You can kind of see my base. That's the mob farm. That's the Norman Keep. I swear to... That's the keep. That's the iron farm. And then that's the observatory thing. I don't know. There's my farm. There's villager trading hut. That used to not be there. That's actually where houses. That's actually where the old houses were. I don't know what that is actually. I don't even know why that's there. Anyways, I did that a couple times with there's an ancient city right here, so I marked that. And then there's a trial chamber up here, so I marked that as well. When I found that mansion with my old horse, what was his name? It was Juggernaut. My horse's name was Juggernaut after like one of Luke the Notable's horses, I think. So it's somewhere up here, I think. Wait, no, it's somewhere. Okay, wait. So if that way. Okay, wait. So it's this way. It's this way. Why is that not complete anymore? God damn it. Okay, so it was this way, like 2,000 blocks. So on the maps, it's probably like right here, I want to say. Right here. And somewhere on the journey, I was like traveling around these winding rivers all the way over here. Somewhere along that, I stopped in a plains and I made a little hut out of from the trees that were in the forest near the plains. And I chilled there, and I tied Juggernaut up. And when I got up from the bed, I went out ready to take Juggernaut, and there was 2 creepers standing out there, and one blew up, and it broke the house down and set Juggernaut free, and then the second one landed near Juggernaut, and it got aggroed enough that it went off again, and it killed Juggernaut. So I tore down the hut, used its parts with a hitching post, and made a headstone out of wood for him. And I never got the coordinates down to the Discord that I was posting in the world about, so I don't know where his grave is. But eventually, when I find the Woodland Mansion, I'm probably gonna find those plains, and I'll probably even record a video if I can, and I'm gonna just take that, and I'm gonna mark his grave, and then eventually I might like take his headstone back and pretend that he's buried there instead. I don't know. He's a really good horse. I'm pretty sure he was maxed out in like all the stats. Like I just found him in the wild, and I'm pretty sure I checked the wiki, like back whenever I found him, and he was actually at the max horse stats in all 3 categories: speed, jump, and health. Like he had like the max hearts. He had really good speed, and he had I think he jumped like 4 blocks once, like straight up 4 blocks. He was insane. Anyways, yeah. You can see the cherry forest here, and there's another one. Actually, no. I also have horses tied up here somewhere that I need to find and bring back home because they were actually really good horses. You can see, where is that actually? There's the village that I was talking about. I was gonna make a second village. It's very close on the map, and it got deserted. But the main trade routes I usually use. So there's the dock right here that I forgot to talk about, even though I passed right by it. What do I usually do if I need to travel? This way, which is usually where I travel. I don't know why, I just like going this way a lot, because the train here is kind of bad. You can see by all the maps that way. So I'll usually go from the docks here, and then I'll head along the channel, go out here, and then I'll go through the ocean here along the coast, and then I'll get off my boat, go up here, go through the jungle, and then I'll explore this way, usually. I've done that a lot. I still need to map out that area, though. And then otherwise, if I want to go this way, I will either go through here, and then through here, all the way over to this ocean here that I still need to explore. Or I'll go, like, I'll take the boat, go through here, go through here, go through here, and then I'll just cut across. No, I have to go over here, because all this is cliffs. And then I have to go through here, and then reach that way. And then if I go south, I do not go south, because I hate the cold. Or I hate the snow biomes because they suck, and they're horrible. Unless you're on like really flat plains like these, where you can just go use a boat and go like 70 miles an hour, in like half a second of acceleration. It's painful because you have to just walk, and you slip, and you slide, and you walk into a polar bear's baby, and then the polar bear mauls you, and have to start over all the way back here and find where you were and keep mapping. At least I have to keep inventory on. Anyways, yeah, I should probably try to keep this under an hour. It's already 54 minutes long. Nobody, not even the basement folks, are gonna watch this one. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this up really quick. I just have like 2 things to show you. So I have my library here. It's kind of empty right now, but I got a nice little painted Renaissance. No, not Renaissance. I have like Renaissance. Renaissance kind of painting. I think the guy who makes these is like something. It's like a Swedish name. I don't know. So here, I wrote this yesterday because I was bored and I didn't want to do anything, but I didn't want to like explore anything. So I took this and I made up lore. The town charter. If you want to slow down the video, I'll go through this kind of slow or kind of mid-slow. Was kind of a charter for the township of Allensill before it became a commonwealth. After the fall of the kingdom or whatever I'm gonna do. It just kind of like it's just I don't know what I was trying to do. I just kind of made up bullcrap. This is probably like very incomplete for an actual medieval charter, but I actually went into a cursive generator to make the signature, so I did Lord Edspend the 8th, and then I used a random name generator, and then made up and had these names: Theodore Felice Senft. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. Elijah Keane Rose, Antonio Samuel Nicolau, except I made it S because it was too long. And then I put MDXVII, Roman numerals for 1517, because the cursive script generator would not. Josie, why are you staring at me like that? What? My cat's acting weird. The cursive generator would not accept numbers, so I did use that here. Yeah. So put that back. I wrote that last night because I was bored. And these ones are older. These are like a year old now. A Villager's Guide. It just lists stuff, kind of. And it's just stupid. I need to rewrite that one. That one's stupid. Then I have Potion Mastery. This one, I'm actually kind of proud of this one. So look at this. I mean, look at that. It's good. It's not as good as the actual official books, but it's still good. Also, I put in this little extra thing in here because I thought it was cool. It's common belief that more potions exist, such as Luck Potion, the Wither's Cocktail, and the Haste Potion. However, none of these are either real or feasible in science. Luck Potion, that's like a debuff. I'm pretty sure you can get it with console commands. I don't know how though. Wither's Cocktail, that's the Wither Potion. Something else I'm pretty sure you can make that in Bedrock actually, with a Wither Rose. And then the Haste Potion, I swear to God, I thought that was a real potion and I needed it so bad. But apparently you can only get haste from like the Josie, stop looking at me. Go away. Stop looking at me with a vengeance. Go. My cat again. She's pissed off at me for some reason. Anyways, so I got really pissed that the haste potion didn't exist, so I put it in there angrily. That's all 3 of the books I made so far. I plan to make a bunch more to fill up all these. But that's probably it's probably only gonna happen if it's like a 10 to 15 year world, and and that if it is a 10 to 15 world and I do make those, it's probably gonna all be in the 15 mark. So this is my study again. I tried not to show this. This is the secret exit. Boom. It's still really rough. I kind of want to extend this further so I can make it look better from the inside, but I like it. And here I put up a retaining wall, or at least I tried to. This kind of looks ugly still though. But like it kind of does its job of looking like it's holding something back, kind of. And then I also have hay here. Alright, so now I'm going to get on my horse and show you the bridge I made, and then maybe something else, if I can think of anything. So as you can see, these are the planes you saw earlier. There's my ender portal. There's the Great Jungle. I forgot to mention that. Like, I think I only mentioned that when I was up there. Oh, there was something I was going to show you over there for like the lore and all that bullcrap. I'll have to do that in a minute. Anyways, moving on. So here, I built this a couple weeks ago. I don't know why I built it exactly, other than just to look good and for horses, but this is a bridge that I built a couple weeks ago. And it's like the only other structure I've made outside of like a little hut in the swamps over there for slime farming. But that hut, I specifically designed it to be small and unassuming. You can fit the entire thing in a bundle pretty much. It's just a portable home. It's like a 9x9 hut, and it's not good at all. You can barely fit the bed in there. Or not a 9x9, it's got a 4 wide interior, so you can fit a chest, a crafting table, and the floor, and then a bed, and that's about it. But yeah, this one I kind of like, but I also kind of don't like, because I feel like it's kind of lazy looking. And it's too, like, up there, you know. But it's alright, I kind of like it. I might redesign it so it fits the aesthetic I'm going to eventually go for, that inspired by the Norman Castle, but whatever. Yeah, eventually, if I ever get to really, like a 10 to 15 year old world, I'll extend the fence over that hill or something and over here, and make a giant, like, Forever World city full of crap. And it would probably look okay. But I do need to eventually hone my building skills, so my building skills, as you can tell, are not very good. On a friend server, I built this joke town called New Albuquerque. It just started by me building Walter White's RV from a tutorial in a canyon. But eventually I built these Pueblo homes. Or not Pueblo, I don't know how to say it. But I built this wall around the entire island because I was getting threatened by other bases and I needed to build a wall to be legally recognized as a base by the server. And in the rules, it said that the standard wall was made out of, like, oh, you had to make it out of wool, or you had to make it out of diamonds, or gold, or whatever. And I thought that was stupid. I thought that just wouldn't look good. So I built these modular walls myself, out of, I believe it was stone bricks, and then I had iron bars in the center you could look through, and then I had cobwebs on the top to act as barbed wire, or to look like barbed wire. And that design, the modular design I use, it kind of shines through here, where you have the steps that you can walk up to see out, and it has the wall in the middle to add depth, and it has these on top. Anyways, this is my world. Eventually I'm going to also cut this down. I'm going to cut that down. I'm going to cut these hills down a little bit as well. I'm probably just going to flatten the whole base pretty much. But this is my world. I'm not that proud of it at a lot of times. I also got to cut this down and this down. And probably, if I ever extend my base really, really far out, or make like a kingdom where it's like several towns, like one town there, one town there, one town there, one town there. I probably want to move my keep up there, because that would look cool, like King of the Mountain type crap. Also, I need to, if I ever get to like a really cool netherite, Luke the Noble God type thing, I'm probably gonna have to, I'll probably hollow out an entire like 16 chunks worth of caves by using an X-ray glitch, and then I will fill all these caves up, and then move this entire thing underground, because it is such a damn eyesore. It looks so ugly. Originally, I was gonna turn it into a giant mega tower, because I was gonna do like a 1980s style theme for this originally, when I was planning on decorating it. But I realized, how the hell you can make an 1980s city out of this? So it's just ugly. It's just a pimple, a big zit on my world, and I want to kill it as soon as I can. Anyways, yeah, that's my world. Is there anything else I need to show? Oh yeah, that thing I was talking about when I was talking about the bridge over here. This was something I built as as a placeholder when I was building these. But in the lore, I wanted to imagine that these right here were the stepping stones that helped to build the Great Elder Tower, or whatever the hell I'm gonna say. I know. I do not know where I'm going with this world, honestly. But it's a work in progress. But the world generation's good. If I undo like all, oh yeah, I'm building like this here in the middle to support the keep better, because we go up here, the mounds at the bottom of the castle that prevent invaders from going in, they're kind of weak. I feel like realistically, because this is made out of actual cobblestone in like real life, I feel like you could just have a guy with a shovel and then all this would just crumble down. You could easily dig in from that point. Anyways, yeah. That's about it.